I guess it's trying to get up. There it is.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
It was just saying something with the OBS instead of the restream. At least that's what it was saying.
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, you should be live now.
Now we're looking, man. Are we up yet over there?
Yeah,
We are?
you're on
I'm talking about on your phone.
Yeah, you just popped up on
Okay.
YouTube also.
You good? It's
All
up.
right, sorry about that. Facebook and YouTube, we just lost the connection. Things are back up now. But getting back to Ezekiel 17. Now we read about the great eagles that tried. Now the first eagle being the Babylonians, and the second eagle did the same thing the first eagle did. The first eagle, he took the highest branch of the cedar, and he cropped off the top of its young twigs and carried it to the land of traffic and set it in a city of merchants. So the second eagle did the same thing, but we have here in verse 22, it said, "Thus said the Adonai Elohim, I will also take of the highest branch thereof, a branch of the highest cedar, and will set it. I will crop off from the top of its young twigs a tender one, and will plant it upon a high mountain, and eminent in the mountain of the height of Israel will I plant it, and it shall bring forth boughs and bear fruit, and be a goodly cedar. And under it shall dwell all fowl of every wing, in the shadow of the branches thereof shall they dwell, and all the trees of the field shall know that I, Yahweh, have brought down the high tree, and have exalted the low tree, have dried up the green tree, and have made this dry tree to flourish. I, Yahweh, have spoken and have done. Now, what is this twig here? What is this tree talking about here? Because one of the eagles, both eagles did the same thing. Now, Yahweh doing the same thing that these eagles did. So what is this twig that he's got off, that he took off the top cedar? What does that twig represent?
the Mashiach.
Yep, the Mashiach, Yeshua. Look what it says in verse 24. And all the trees of the field shall know that I, Yahweh, have brought down the high tree, and have exalted the low tree, have dried up the green tree, and have made the dry tree to flourish. Yahweh has spoken it, and have done it. Let me see here. Now, again, we all know what Ezekiel 18 is talking about. It's talking about the people of Israel were blaming the children for the sins of the father for the sins of the children. So we know what the deal with that is. So we're not going to dwell on that much. And also in Ezekiel chapter 19, that is also in 2 Kings chapter 23, when it talks about the sons of Josiah, talking about their kingdom. So what I want to do is go over here and get more into the prophecies. So we're going to go into Ezekiel 20, verse 32 to verse 44. Now this is prophecy. This hadn't happened yet. But this is prophesying what's going to happen in our time. All right? Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel 32.
Mm-hmm.
And that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all that you say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries, to serve wood and stone.
So that's basically saying that we're going to be like Christians. Or we're going to be like Muslims. Or we're going to be like the Yiddish talking people. And so that's the same modus operandi that our fathers used back in the day when they started worshiping those gods. Remember that in Judges chapter 2, all the way through the civil war between the children of Israel. So that's what we've done here in America. We have become worshipers of the white man's God. It's images and his idols of JC, and we got Christmas coming up, so we got to wait for Santa Claus to show up. So black people love Santa Claus, and so that's the best day of the year for black people. So this fits them perfectly. I see. It's trying to reconnect. There it is. What's wrong with this thing?
That is
The
crazy.
internet.
Coming in and out. Well, we're back up now.
Yeah.
It's back up with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep, it's going.
Read verse 33 again, Brother Stephen.
As I live, saith the Adonai Elohim, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you. And I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein you are scattered with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out.
So what he's saying, he's going to bring us out of this country we're living in now, right? Because we've gone too far in this country worshiping the white man's gods and everybody else's God. So Yahweh's going to bring us out, and it's going to be heavy-handed when he bring us out. As a matter of fact, if you remember, some of the people that responded to our TikTok video said, we're not going anywhere. This is our land, we've been invaded. And so what this is saying is that I'm gonna pull my fur out on you. You think this your land? Let's see how long you stay here once I get through with you. So he's saying here, while we're here, we don't know when it's gonna happen, maybe next year. He says, verse 33, as I live, said the Adonai Elohim, surely with a mighty hand, with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out, will I rule over you. So Yahweh's taking over this thing, letting us know that I got you now. You're not going to be doing what your fathers used to do. And I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein you are scattered with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out. So we're scattered in different countries. Now, we're not scattered in states. You got people that believe all 12 tribes over here. So if it's all 12 tribes over here, why are they in Africa talking to those people? Why are they in South America talking to those people? Because if all the 12 tribes are over here, they should stay. They should say who they are.
Right.
But they travel, they're international now, right? So they think they can go to other people's country, talk to black people over there, and let them know, yeah, you need to join our congregation. So, but this here says, in the countries that you've been scattered in, I'm going to gather you out of those countries. So it's not just America then, is it? Go ahead, sir.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 35. And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face.
This is our future. We're going to be brought out of America. I mean, all we got to do is go back into Jeremiah. You can see in chapter 31 that the same way we got here, the same way we're going to leave. We have to leave America. Now, you got some folks saying, I ain't going nowhere. Well, that's all right. Stay here. Yeah, because either way, if you come with us, you're going to die because of your rebellious attitude.
Right.
And if you stay here, you're going to die.
You can stay with the Somalians.
Yeah.
They said they supposed to be here. They land. It was promised to them 3,000.
Yeah, God gave Minnesota to Somalia.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
The Somalians saying the land was promised to them, Minnesota?
3,000 years ago.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
They got that going on too?
Yeah, that's going on, bro. Minnesota is in the Bible. In
Somalians,
Genesis 15.
they can't be Ham. They got to be Jake talking that kind of talk. Ham wouldn't go there like that.
Somalia did, bro. They put it on black.
But they got a land. They know where they come from.
I know, but they still claim Minnesota. It was given to them.
Boy.
Genesis 15, man.
They said they were teasing. They were trying to get up under Trump's skin with that stuff.
I think some of them was dead serious though.
I think they believe it, bro.
You think they believe
I think they believe it.
Now, this is laughable, man. Now, I thought Jake could say something stupid. Minnesota is the promised land.
Yeah. Again, to them in Genesis 15. I'm sorry, bro. That's the land that Yahweh told Abram about.
Because they quoted Abram. Yup.
They quoted Abraham.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the Bible.
Yeah, serious.
Now, I know they probably just kidding, man.
Yeah, but I'm kind of
Big
like,
that Trump.
Hey, somewhere else too though. What the video where they raising the flag? That wasn't Minnesota.
Oh, that was in
somewhere else.
Vermont.
Somewhere
Oh, that
somewhere
remember I
else.
sent you about the school raising the Somalian flag in Vermont.
oh, they're
In that
New England
school,
states
that,
now.
that article I sent you a few days
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, they raised the Somalian flag over the
Yeah.
American flag.
Lowered the American flag
Flag.
and raised that.
Yeah,
In-
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I
In
remember
Vermont,
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
one of them New England states.
Well, they let them do it. That's
I'm
what
surprised
makes
they
it
letting
bad.
them do that.
Well, I'll show you what kind of people white folks will turn into.
Connecticut and Massachusetts, all them places, they don't play that.
I know, but that's
Oh.
why Trump getting them up out of here, and some white folks upset about it. You don't bring folk in here don't give a damn about your country. You can't do that in their country.
Nope.
You can't raise an American flag in Iran.
Well, you know, I think you kind of said part of it yesterday. You remember John F. Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And Trump is saying, if you can't actually add something to us, you don't need to be over here no way.
Right.
He come up with
And
a
I
gold
think he's-
card.
Yeah.
He got a gold card that they got to get.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can get a gold card for what, $1 million?
Yeah, for $1 million. If
Yeah.
you're a millionaire, that's all that can come over here.
Well, yeah, you got $1 million for a car, you got some more money too. That's what he want. He want no broke Somalis up in here, ripping the taxpayer off with billions of dollars.
Yep. Had a-
So yeah, raise some money with you. What's wrong? What's wrong with that?
What was that? A EBT scheme or something? Over $1 billion they
Yeah.
defrauded the government.
Yeah.
For welfare. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
welfare. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been ripping America off, man. And you got the governor, don't even give a damn.
Yeah,
When
Tim
people
Walz,
reported
yeah.
to him, he got them fired.
Yeah.
So, and we actually America dodged a bullet by not electing Kamala and that guy up in Minnesota, that governor,
Yeah. Tim Walz.
Tim Walz.
Yeah.
They dodged a bullet. Look how much trouble he in now. That they could bring him up on charges because he allowed that thing to prosper. Let the Somali rip the state off,
Your welfare fraud,
the
whatever.
welfare fraud, all that, man. So what they gonna do with him? He keep denying he did anything. That is your state, partner.
They got, you look at that state, Minnesota, that's a big hit on them, $1 billion.
Yeah,
I mean, they say that's just what they uncovered. They thinks a lot
that's
more
the
than that.
tip of the iceberg, man. What
Right.
them start doing, investigating where all these Somalis are. Just investigate what they've been doing up in there. Yeah, because it's evident they don't give a damn about America. They just over here to rip America off. And Trump said, if you can't get your own country state, what you doing over here?
Would you hear that what they saying? They say they coming to take over America.
Yeah, I heard. The Somalians,
Yep.
well, they have to learn the hard way.
Oh boy.
'Cause they try to get all these white folks to give up their guns and oh hell no.
They keep making more and more.
We're gonna see if you take over these white folk country.
Let me ask you something else. It's kind of a weird question. Do you think some of our people would side with those Somalians?
Hell no.
I did see.
They
I
got
did see
more
a
sense
pastor.
than
They
that.
haven't, all that time they spent in prison, they ain't going back to prison no more, man.
Yeah.
I did see a black pastor though stand with them, talking about this is an attack on all black people. See, they using under the guise of the skin color. So you got a few of them out there that is supporting
They
them.
behind the Somalians.
Few
Why?
black pastors.
It's like you said though, it was the pastor, so you know he getting paid to do that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it,
right.
It was just that pastor, just like
Yeah.
other folk like us.
Yeah.
Nah, they ain't dealing with that.
I don't think the church is gonna go along with it, man. All that trash you want to talk.
Yeah, he got
A
some.
regular Jake, he ain't going for that. No, that's too much effort. You don't even know them people. So, get out marching in Minnesota. Really,
Right.
that's one of the coldest states.
Cold.
Cold, man.
So, but with all these corrupt government officials allowing that to happen, look at what Netanyahu did the other day in bringing 1,000 Christian pastors to Israel
Right.
to help
Yeah.
improve the image of Israel in America. How much money you think he paid them people?
A lot. I wonder who they are.
They got $1 billion economy, man.
Yeah.
They get billions of dollars from America anyway. Then on top of that, you got billionaire Edomites. So there ain't nothing but a drop in the bucket for them.
Yeah, you got some of them call they call themselves the 12 tribes, 12 billionaires, and they all Edomites. And
Where
they
is
got
this
their
at?
hands in different things. Like
They
a
call
lot of this
themselves the
stuff-
12 tribes?
Yes, it's 12 of them. They 12 billionaires.
12 billionaires.
12
Yeah.
billionaires.
Boy,
Yes, sir.
See, that's game, man. They got their game. You got to hand it to them, bro. You got 12. Who gets 12 billionaires to agree on anything? So yeah, they focused. They know what they want. Know how to use the money. How to make money while they're using it. So hey, ain't nothing I can say about that, bro. Y'all got all the cards.
12.
All I got is a joker. So, but it's amazing they pull that thing off. But that's who rule the world, the big money people. You got 12 billionaires, Edomite billionaires. What they doing? Are they the ones calling the
There's
pastors over here?
all kinds of stuff they got their hands into. All kinds of stuff.
I mean, you can't get 12 brothers to be Boy Scouts over here. so, yeah, I mean, that's what you call togetherness. I don't see no fault in it. I mean, besides the fact that they're wicked as hell. But you got to hand it to them. It's something to behold that these 12 men, all the money they got, that they can work in concert with one another and get something done.
But the little hat people, they always know how to work together, don't
Yeah, they focus.
they? Yeah.
They know exactly what they want. They go after it and get it. It may take them 2 or 3 generations, but eventually they will get it. Because you look at the protocols of learning elders of Zion. That was written 100 years ago, and it's still in effect today. They're doing exactly what you see today, what you see happen in America today. It's already written down.
And these 12 billionaires, they all are Zionists.
Yeah, well, their time is coming to an end. I mean, it's a sight to behold. You gotta compliment them and say, yeah, you're doing something. You ain't acting a fool like we are. So we get mad because our food stamp get cut off.
But kind of shows you that Yahweh don't need numbers, right?
No.
He take a small number of people, those Jewish people, and look how they upset Europe.
Yeah,
They had to run them people out of there.
well, they got a goal, man. They got the same goal, just like they had a goal of going back into the land of Israel, going into the land of Israel. They had that goal for hundreds of years. Ever since they got kicked out of Jerusalem and got kicked out of Spain, they've had that mind focused on the promised land. And for hundreds of years, they finally got it together, and now they're in there now. So they've been working on that thing for hundreds of years. Who can do that? Black folk can't do that, do something for hundreds of years. So, I can't find no fault with it, bro. I mean, they wrong, they evil as hell, and they wicked, but at least they got their act together. They got it planned out, told us exactly what they need to do to get it, and they accomplished it. So that's all I can say about that, bro. I ain't seen nobody else do it. White folks did it one time when they set up the government in America. All the white folks came together, worked that thing out,
Yeah.
came up with the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. They got that thing together, man. And so it's a working progress, but nevertheless, they put this bad boy together. White folks put it together. The Edomite put their thing together. When we gonna put something together?
And just look how they did.
We can't even put no money together.
Esau dead now, during the civil rights movement. Look how they use King now.
Yeah,
They're using people, man.
I know.
And they reap the benefit of the whole
I
thing.
know. That's what happened, man. People got their game together. They'll use you.
And I see, unbeknownst to me, I said, those white people helping our people back in the 60s, you know. But then I look at those names, Swartz, Goldstein, and all those Edomites out there in the marches with our people.
Who knew?
I didn't know, I was thinking they white people.
I know, but that's how they get away with what they be getting away with, because they look white too.
I mean, they
So
use
they can
us, man.
infiltrate white folks. The white folks don't even know they got an Edomite among them.
And see, I'm looking at that thing too. I say, he ain't forgot yet what our great grandfather did to his great grandfather, right?
Yeah.
He want us to mingle our seed with them white people, just like he did. I mean, man, you look at the civil rights movement. That whole thing was a farce, man.
I know. But it is what it is, man. We fell for the okie doke. Thought we should integrate with these white people. Worst thing we could have done. So Esau integrated with them, and they prospered.
Right?
But when we integrate with them, we got destroyed.
Down
Lost
here.
everything.
Yeah.
Had our own businesses, had our own banks, had our own schools. But we wanted to integrate with white folk. We lost all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They knew what they was doing.
I remember my first job was with, I was working in a restaurant selling splits. You know, remember them splits?
Yeah, I remember the splits.
Yeah. You don't know,
What's split?
Yeah, I remember the splits.
It's a sausage that you cut in half and fry it up and put it between two buns.
Put mustard and everything.
Mustard,
hot.
ketchup,
Good, bro.
everything.
Is it red?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Red hot.
Red hot. Yeah.
red hot.
Red hot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
call them
forgot
splits. Yeah, but that's what I used to do. My first job, my first paycheck was a split.
What we making back then? About $1.20 an hour on that
I
little
didn't
job.
get that.
I think my first job, I was making $1.25 an hour, and then somebody told me, you can get a job making $1.60. Man, I ran toward that job.
Damn right.
$1.60 in 1968.
Yeah, damn right. So, but we did our best, man. The dude I worked for, he was deacon in my church, man.
Oh hell!
No wonder you got a split. No wonder you got a split. You think it's will rip you off, man.
Yeah, he was a slick deacon, man. But at least that was my first job, and I did get paid. So I'm doing all right. Go ahead, Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 36.
I read 35.
And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face. Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, saith the Adonai Elohim.
So that means there's got to be another Exodus and another wilderness experience. The same wilderness that my father went in back in the book of Exodus. We got to go through that same wilderness experience and let's see what's going to happen. Because we know what happened when our father went in the wilderness the first time. Yahweh purged out a whole generation of people, right? Let's look at what's going to happen in that second wilderness experience.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 37. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant, and I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and you shall know that I am Yahweh.
So we're looking at Yahweh going to kill off a whole bunch of us in that wilderness experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we know there's more of us today than there was back in the times of Moshe. But let's see how many of us are going to die. Let's go to Zechariah 13. Now we just read where Yahweh's going to purge out the rebels and the transgressors, right? Let's read verse 8 and 9, Brother Stephen. This is another vision of what's going to happen to us in the wilderness.
13.
Zechariah 13, verse 8 and 9.
Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my Elohim.
Now, it said that the people were called upon his name, not upon a title.
Right.
So you're not gonna be out there in that wilderness saying, "Oh Lord God." You ain't gonna be saying that kind of stuff. That come from white people. Lord is another name for Baal, so you're gonna call it Yahweh Baal now, right? So let's go back again. That 2/3 of black people are gonna be purged out. Now, there's some people, white people, that they should be out there too. No. That's just for the children of Israel. Actually, just for the house of Judah. Because if you come out there, you may die before you get there. Knowing Jake, now what you're gonna do? You see a whole sea of black people and one white man out there. That ain't gonna work. You're gonna realize I'm in the wrong place. I'm not supposed to be around y'all this much. Yes, dear.
When you say the house of Judah, you mean Judah and Benjamin?
Yeah, Judah, Benjamin, Levi.
Levi, okay.
Because you got to remember now, in the end time scenario, there's going to be a one world government, right? Well, in this one world government, this beast's going to make war with the saints and overcome them, right? But at the same time, the children of Israel will be seen in the wilderness. They're going to be taken care of for 3.5 years. So that we got to split that, don't we? Some of them going to catch hell, and some of them going to catch hell in the wilderness. That one world, so all that's going to come together for 3.5 years. It's not going to be easy for either one of us, because a lot of our people over here are going to die. And the beast is going to make war with the rest of the 9 tribes that take that name, number, and mark. So yeah, it's going to be hard for them too. But at least in their case, they may be resurrected. But in our case, in the wilderness, yeah, it don't look good. Because Yahweh killing you out there, yeah, it don't look good. Yeah, because he said he's going to purge out the rebels and the transgressors. Right? Now those people that died during that 3.5 years, they died for the principles and the love of Yahweh. But these people in the wilderness ain't gonna be dying for the love of Yahweh. Yeah, they're gonna be dying for their own iniquity. Because you know Jake gonna be out there acting a fool. Men, sodomites, or lesbians, or whatever they out doing out there. So Yahweh got no reason to raise them back up. Right. So those people that raised up, that first resurrection, those are gonna be part of the 9 tribes. And those people that made it through that great tribulation, the rest of the nation, yeah, y'all gonna save them too. But black folk here in America, they got to be the worst people in the world, bro. The worst people. Yeah, man.
You're right. I came across a video of a dude. I don't know if he got fired in Walmart. He was running up and down that Walmart aisle, pouring milk over his head, acting a fool.
What did he do?
I don't know what he did. They showing him running up and down with a gallon of milk, pouring on himself, and jumping on standing on one of those displays and just acting a fool in Walmart.
Well, that's cause white folks there to do it. Because I think sometimes if you want them stores, you try to defend yourself or defend the store will fire you for defending yourself. So I imagine they just let him run wild over there because they see this man got no sense. Ain't no telling he might have a gun on him. He wants somebody to stop him. So we're gonna see if he's gonna pull that same mess out there in that wilderness. Acting fool, running around acting crazy. Yeah, go ahead and do it. We're gonna be standing over on that other hill over there while you're out there acting fool. And you got them angels out there? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. We see how much food you got in your den. Go ahead, brother. So we just read what 2/3 of our fathers gonna be 2/3 of us be purged out. Did you read verse 37 in Ezekiel?
Yes, I'm all the way down to, yeah.
We'll read verse 37 again because I want to comment on a little bit about that too.
Okay. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 37. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant.
Hold on a second. Now he said, now I will cause you to pass under the rod. That means he's going to number us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. What covenant is talking about? That marriage covenant that Yahweh made with our father. Now you find that same betrothal in Hosea chapter 2. Right? that he said, I'm betrothed unto you, right? Same thing here, Yahweh said, I'm married to you. So when he talk about coming under the bond of the covenant, that's what he's talking about, that marriage covenant, the 10 Commandments, that's what it's referring to. It says, and I will cause you to pass under the rod and will bring you into the bond of the covenant. And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. So again, black folk don't even know they come from Israel. So it ain't like they're gonna be missing something, be broken heart about not going in. But at least Yahweh made us aware that we come from Israel, and that's what we desire to return back to. But black folk don't even have a clue, so they're not gonna be missing anything. Go ahead, Brother Seven.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 39. As for you, O house of Israel, thus saith the Adonai Elohim, go ye, serve you every one his idols, and hereafter also, if you will not hearken unto me, but pollute you my holy name no more with your gifts and with your idols. For in mine holy mountain, in the mountain of the height of Israel, saith the Adonai Elohim, there shall all the house of Israel, all of them in the land, serve me. There will I accept them, and there will I require your offerings and the first fruits of your oblations with all your holy things.
See, again, what we have here is notification that the animal sacrifice is coming back. In order for that to come back, that means the Levitical priesthood, the Aaronic priesthood, got to be set back up. But that was given unto the sons of Aaron for perpetual covenant, that they would also always be there to offer up sacrifices unto Yahweh. No one else is supposed to do that job but the Levites. Go ahead, Brother Seven.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 41. I will accept you with your sweet savor when I bring you out from the people and gather you out of the countries wherein you have been scattered, and I will be sanctified in you before the heathen. And you shall know that I am Yahweh when I shall bring you into the land of Israel, into the country for the which I lifted up mine hand to give it to your fathers. And there shall you remember your ways and all your doings wherein you have been defiled, and you shall loathe yourselves in your own sight for all your evils that you have committed. And you shall know that I am Yahweh when I have wrought with you for my name's sake, not according to your wicked ways, nor according to your corrupt doings, O you house of Israel, saith the Adonai Elohim.
I find these last few verses kind of interesting that he would say such things. In verse 43, for instance, now he's addressing the people that he's among, right? He says, and there shall you remember your ways and all your doings wherein you have been defiled, and you shall loathe yourselves in your own sight for all your evils that you have committed. And you shall know that I am Yahweh when I brought with you for my name's sake, not according to your wicked ways, nor according to your corrupt doings, O you house of Israel, said Adonai Elohim. Now again, he's addressing the present audience. But when you look at us, and today's time, this identifies us too. Considering that we did not know that what we were doing was wrong, was sinful. But we did the same thing, so we're going to loathe ourselves because of what we used to be off into. So we was in darkness, we did all kinds of wickedness, breaking Yahweh's law. And then we're going to look back and say, damn, I was wrong. We still do that now. We look back at our past lives and say, damn, how could I have done something like that? And that's what that's saying here. So it wasn't just the present audience in Ezekiel time. It's talking about us. We're going to look back on ourselves and say, man, how could I have done that? Right? Brother Seven, let's go to... Huh?
Over here. Going back to verse 37, I was just glancing over and it took me to Psalms 89, 30 through 34. Is David talking about the same covenant?
Let me see. Psalm 39.
Psalms 89.
Oh,
verse,
Psalm 89?
Yeah, 32, 34.
Let's see here.
Shalom, Brother Rukal.
Shalom, Brother Steve. Shalom, everybody.
You see between 32 and 34?
Yeah, 30 and 34. 32, 34.
30 to 34.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It says, if his children forsake my law, and walk not in my judgments, if they break my statutes and keep not my commandments, then will I visit their transgression with the rod, and their iniquity with the stripes. Nevertheless, my loving kindness will I not utterly take from him, nor suffer my faithfulness to fail. My covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that has gone out of my lips. That's what, 34, right?
Yes.
It sounds the same, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I just happened, like I was saying, I just happened to glance over my references on the side.
You gotta look at now, it says in verse 30, if his children will forsake my law and walk not in my judgment. Well, then he said that to Shlomo.
Yes.
Yeah, if you walk like your father walked, then I'll be with you. If you don't walk like your father walked, you're gonna feel my wrath. In other words, Yahweh gonna come down hard on him. So he's actually talking about David's sons
Okay.
in these particular verses.
All right.
Right. So we see the covenant that Yahweh made with David in 2 Samuel 7.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He said, if his son break my law, I'm leading with the stripes of men, but I will not take my mercy from him.
Right.
Right. So it's actually talking about David's sons.
Okay, yeah, because I just noticed the Davidic, it's got the Davidic covenant on the side over here.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, right next to Psalms 89.
Yeah. Well, you can see that in the beginning verses of Psalm 89. It says, I was singing, verse 1, it says, I was singing of the mercies of Yahweh forever. With my mouth will I make known the faithfulness to all, thy faithfulness to all generations. For I have said, mercy shall be built up forever, thy faithfulness shall thou establish in the very heavens. I have made a covenant with my chosen, I have sworn unto David, my servant, thy seed will I establish forever, and build up thy throne to all generations.
Yeah.
So, referring to all the things that y'all promised on today.
Okay.
All right, you finish up that Brother Stephen, in chapter 20.
Yep.
Let me see here. Let's pick this up in chapter 21 and verse 18, Brother Stephen. Chapter 21, verse 18. What?
I just said praise God.
Must be your class.
Yeah, you go past that, I hope no.
So you don't want us to do that, man?
No, I want to do that.
Well, that's a pretty interesting chapter, though. Go ahead, you're gonna see.
Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 18. The word of Yahweh came unto me again, saying, also, thy son of man, appoint thee 2 ways, that the sword of the king of Babylon may come. Both 2 shall come forth out of one land, and choose thou a place, choose it at the head of the way to the city. Upon a way that the sword may come to Rabbath of the Ammonites, and to Yehuda and Jerusalem the defense. For the king of Babylon stood at the parting of the way at the head of the 2 ways to use divination. He made his arrows bright. He consulted with images. He looked and delivered.
So this is sorcery,
Yeah.
right? So now we can understand a little bit more about Daniel and the things that Yahweh did through Daniel in showing him how to interpret Nebuchadnezzar's dream, and Belshazzar's dream vision. And so, and then the 3 Hebrew boys that the fire did not burn. Now, you kind of wonder, why wouldn't you go to the God of the Jews if he can do all of that? But look what he's off into. In verse 21, for the king of Babylon stood at the parting of the way at the head of the 2 ways to use divination. He made this animal bright, he consulted with images, he looked into the liver. So again, that's part of divination that our father would forbid to practice. That stayed true even to the times in Europe. I think right before the Middle Ages, they used to use animal entrails to see what was wrong with a person. And this is some type of divination that when you look into the liver, it's supposed to tell you something about the future. And so they still did that in Europe before the Middle Ages. Before, now, we know when the Moors came into town, they taught them Europeans how to better take care of themselves. So eventually that kind of practice went out of business, went out of style, of divination, trying to see into the future. Like I said, they use animal entrails to see what's wrong with a person, use leeches to heal the person of some type of fever. So they don't do that no more, but that's what they was off into before the Moors showed up. You got to hand it to the Moors to educate these white folks. I don't think these white folks even know how to count. The Moors brought numbers to white people.
They didn't know how to take no bath, I know that much.
Well, you know what, Elder? I've heard that they believe that to the day.
They do.
No,
That because they are white, they don't need to bathe.
You know what it is?
they wipe with their hands, they don't use towels like
Right,
that.
they said.
And when you're black, you have to bathe because that black is nasty.
You know why those Europeans and those Africans think, you know what they think about not bathing? Being musky is a sign of your masculinity.
Well, them Africans do that.
Yeah, and the Europeans too, same thing, yeah. My mother went, well, Zach, you been to Europe, right? Yeah, those are some smelly, and they have real bad teeth. Those Europeans.
Yeah.
You look at those wealthy people among them Europeans, look at some of them sometimes, look at them, if you can see them on the
Well,
street.
I've seen people like in the Great Britain that in the royalty with Queen Elizabeth children, King, I forgot the boy's name, the old man, he's the King
Charles,
King Charles,
yeah.
right? Well, those people's teeth ain't right, man. They're all uneven.
That's what I'm saying.
One of the reasons is they don't use fluoride. They use fluoride over here in America. Well, they're trying to get away from that too because they realize that fluoride is a poison. They get that fluoride. You know where they get fluoride from? Aluminum.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from, aluminum.
So Elder, you know how those slaves kept their teeth white and kept their teeth for a while, a long time, into the old age?
Well, what?
They did oil. They used oil to clean their teeth.
They use what?
Oil to clean their teeth.
Oil?
Yeah.
What kind of oil?
Whatever kind of oil they can get their hands on.
It gotta be edible though, right?
Yeah. It's gotta be, you know.
You got
You can't put it in your
number
mouth.
340 out. You gotta break it down to Jake, bro. You go to the auto parts store.
Well, any edible,
They use no castor oil, huh?
any edible oil.
So we're looking at all of oregano.
Any
That-
edible oil, but you're not
Any
swallowing
edible
it, you
oil.
just clean your teeth with it, yeah. It keeps,
So
it keeps your teeth
vegetable oil
white,
is all right too then, huh?
if that's all you got. Cause you know,
clean your teeth with vegetable oil.
back in slavery time, you know they didn't take up to no dentist. You know they didn't give them no toothbrush to clean their teeth, so that's how they kept their teeth clean. I was wondering why those slaves' teeth were so white and their gums were pink and healthy looking.
Remember years ago,
So that goes back to oil pulling. So nowadays, it's oil pulling. You can use coconut oil, grapeseed oil, any kind of oil, but you can add a little essential oils to it, like orange or whatever, or lavender or whatever, and you clean your mouth for 10, 50, just like your mouthwash.
does it improve your breath?
Yes, it does. If you use like peppermint with it, or
Would you mind suggesting that to someone that you know?
See, that's cold.
I ain't calling no.
I know, but you're wrong. You're wrong, we know. You'll be right, bro.
Can you do that?
I can, but
Okay.
You been around Elder Yaakov too
No,
long.
I ain't said nothing.
Too long, bro.
I ain't said nothing.
Yeah,
Y'all
but-
know it. Everybody here know it. So
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
act
yeah.
like y'all, that's surprise.
Elder Yaakov done rubbed off on
Sometimes I'm glad I'm tall, bro.
Damn.
But it come up, boy.
Yeah, you said it yesterday too.
See, I lost my place, but, oh yeah. We were talking about divination and what they were doing back in the days. They still did it in Europe, and now they broke it down to science and technology. And so, now you got toothpaste. Something about that toothpaste I can't use because it break me out. So something in that toothpaste is mouthwash. So it's better to use the oil or
It's better to
something.
use all pulling, I'm telling you, 'cause that toothpaste ain't right, some of it ain't right. either.
Ginger.
Yeah, well,
True ginger.
my skin reacts to it. And so I say, I can't use this stuff no more.
You have to watch that toothpaste. So I noticed when I go to the store, the toothpaste got stuff unclean in it.
got too many
Don't surprise.
ingredients.
It's got glycerin, it's got gelatin in it, that's styrate, it's got all that mess in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Coach Stephanie. Pick it up, verse 22.
At his right hand was the divination for Jerusalem to appoint captains, to open the mouth and the slaughter, to lift up the voice with shouting, to appoint battering rams against the gates, to cast them out and to build a fort.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall be unto them as a false divination in their sight to them that have sworn oaths, but he will call to remembrance the iniquity that they may be taken.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, thus saith the Adonai Elohim, because you have made your iniquity to be remembered, in that your transgressions are discovered, so that in all your doings your sins do appear, because I say that you are come to remembrance, you shall be taken with the hand. And thou, profane wicked prince of Israel, whose day is come, when iniquity shall have an end, thus saith the Adonai Elohim, remove the diadem and take off the crown. This shall not be the same. Exalt him that is low and abase him that is high. I will overturn it, and it shall be no more until he come whose right it is, and I will give it him.
Now, it says in verse 25, and thou profane wicked prince of Israel, whose day is come when iniquity shall have an end. Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, remove the diadem and take off the crown. This shall not be the same. Exalt him that is low and abase him that is high. What is he referring to?
No more kings,
Huh?
no more kings.
It said, who is this profane wicked prince?
King
Zedekiah.
That's Zedekiah.
Oh,
Remember? That's Zedekiah. It says, thou profane wicked prince of Israel, whose day is come with iniquity, and when iniquity shall have an end. Thus said the Adonai Elohim, remove the diadem and take off the crown. This shall not be the same. Exalt him that is low and embrace him that is high. So there's something about Zedekiah that Yahweh disagreed with. So he said, I want you to exalt him that's low this time, not someone that's already high. Now, granted, Zedekiah is the son of a king. All the kings of Judah are the sons of David. So none of them grew up like David grew up. So they grew up in kings' palaces and houses. So they lived a spoiled lifetime. So that pride comes into the fact that I'm of royal seed, so you can't say nothing to me. I can do and say what I want to say. So that's what it's saying here. Exalt him that is low. David was low at one time, being a child, staying with his parents. So he wasn't raised up in a royal household. It was just a regular household. So that's why he had that balance. But people raised up in a royal household don't have that balance.
Right.
All they know is being royal and ruling things, telling people what to do, what they can't do. So we got the same thing with Zedekiah being raised up in Josiah's household and not knowing how to balance things out like a regular person would. And it says here, and that's why Yahweh says, exalt him that is low, right? He says, I will overturn it, and it shall be no more until he come whose right it is, and I will give it him. Well, what's he referring to here?
You talking about the Messiah.
Yeah, but what it said 3 times? Why it said overturn 3 times?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, you. You just look at me and say, I got this. Elder, get me, call me Elder.
King, priest, and the temple.
Temple.
The king, the priest, and the temple. That's why I said it overturned 3 times, because he get ready to do that. He's going to overturn the king, which is Zedekiah. That was our last king. And he's going to overturn the priest, because the priest was corrupt. And then he's going to destroy the temple. And it says, I would overturn it, and it shall be no more until he come whose right it is. And I will give it him until who comes whose right it is. So who's coming? The Mashiach Yahshua. He's going to be King of Kings. He's going to be a Melchizedek priesthood. And on that new earth, he's going to be that temple and the light of that temple. There won't be a building on that new earth. So all that's going to be into the Mashiach's hand. Yeah.
You know, Elder, remember when we always were talking about who that prince was? Well, that kind of summed it up when you looked at until he comes.
Until he comes.
That prince was already there, so he cannot come if he's already there.
Right.
So that's a clear indication that that prince was the.
But he didn't come as a king when he first got here. Remember?
Yeah, that's
Matter
true.
of fact, they wanted to make him king. He had to get out of town. Because they're going to make it, they're going to force him to be king. Right? Well, it wasn't the right time. Because he still had the Roman Empire in effect. You know they ain't going to have another king ruling one of their provinces. So he couldn't be king then. It wasn't time yet. Besides that, the rest of the prophecy had to come to pass first. Like, for instance, we had to be over here. That hadn't happened yet at the time of the Mashiach. So he knew he couldn't do nothing at that time because the rest of those properties hadn't even come into effect.
Right.
We had to be over here. We had to stay here 400 years. We had to be scattered all over the world. That hadn't happened yet at the time of his ministry.
Right.
So he knew to back off because it wasn't time yet. Right? He said, you don't know what time is set in my father's heart. Right? So all the people want to know, you going to return the kingdom to Israel? No. It's not time yet.
That's all you're right.
The rest of the prophecy got to be fulfilled. We got to be in place when he returns. Right? To bring back the kingdom to Israel. So we read about that, but nobody else reads about it. You don't hear about Christians saying, "Will you return the kingdom to Israel?" You never heard a Christian say that.
You don't hear Hebrew Israelites saying that.
Yeah, you don't hear that either.
yeah.
You got a lot of Israelites want to stay here in America.
Only one I know, it might be it's us. I think the Israel of God think they're gonna leave. Now, I believe RER in Carolina, if he kind of sticking with the same teaching he got here, they probably believe it.
No, you remember he changed that 400-year thing up. Man.
Oh, he did?
Don't you remember? He said, "Well, we're not supposed to be here 400 years, but supposed to be here 430 years."
Do he believe he's gonna leave America though?
Well, I guess so.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, yeah. You got some people. It's odd, man. When you talk to some people, I talked to a brother. He's a Christian, but me and him believe basically the same thing. He just won't call himself a Jew. He says we got to be here 430 years. I say not according to Exodus. That's what Exodus 12, 13, 14. Some the children of Israel was in Egypt 430 years, right? They left out the same day. I say you getting that mixed up, man. But they want to say 430 years, and we got two places in the book where it says 400 years, Acts and Genesis, right? And they get it mixed up all the time.
They're Christians.
So we got 430 years. We're gonna be here about what 2050 then, huh? 2040, 2045.
Well, I said now the 400 years up was 2019, right?
Right.
So 2025 now. What's that about? 6 years?
So if you add
6
30,
years ago?
Few
So we
more
got
years.
24 years to stay here.
so if you add 30 years on this 2019, you talking about 2049.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I might not be living then.
I don't think I'll be here either.
Yeah, I'm
30
72 years
from now,
old.
I'll be over 100 years old.
Right.
But in the kingdom, I'll be a child.
Right.
20 years from now, I'll be 92.
Yeah.
Y'all wouldn't if I lived that long.
I'll be there.
100?
Yeah.
You know, we be some old rascals.
108.
You be 120, Elder. But then again, when I was 40 years ago, I didn't know I was going to live this long. I wouldn't even think about that, man. The time just catch up on you, brother. All of a sudden, you're old at the heels.
Tell me about it. I was 22 years old, 140 pounds. I'm going to be a young man forever.
Yeah. You don't think about the future.
Have that mindset when you're young. Like
That's
that.
when you're young, man. You don't think about the future. You just live from day to day and have a good time while you can. Go ahead, brother.
Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 28. And thou, son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Adonai Elohim concerning the Ammonites and concerning their reproach. Even say thou, the sword is drawn, for the slaughter it is furbished to consume because of the glittering, whilst they see vanity unto thee, whilst they divine a lie unto thee, to bring thee upon the necks of them that are slain of the wicked, whose day is come, when their iniquity shall have an end. Shall I cause it to return into his sheath? I will judge thee in the place where thou wast created, in the land of thy nativity. And I will pour out mine indignation upon thee. I will blow against thee in the fire of my wrath, and deliver thee into the hand of brutish men and skillful to destroy. Thou shalt be for fuel to the fire. Thy blood shall be in the midst of the land. Thou shalt be no more remembered, for I, Yahweh, have spoken it.
That's true up to a point. Now, after the 70 years of our father being in Babylon, when they came out, we find out that someone had mingled their seed with the other people that were left of the Babylon. And it just so happens the Ammonites were still around. The father had married into the Ammonites, so they had to get rid of those wives. I'm talking about Egyptians and everybody else that mingled their seed among the people that were in the captivity of the Babylonians. And so eventually they had to get rid of them, but nevertheless, the Ammonites will be there at the end of the 70 years also. But you don't hear about the Philistines, though. They seem to just, they were prominent in the early days of our father entering into the land, but after the Babylonians came in, you don't hear about the Philistines no more after that. Last time you hear about the Philistines in Zephaniah, but that was before the Babylonians came in. But again, you don't hear about the Philistines no more. As much trouble they gave the children of Israel, they just kind of dropped off the map. They may be still here, but they're just called by another name. Same thing with the Egyptians. Originally Egyptians, we know we call them Africans today, but we don't even know if they're Africans. They're Egyptians. They know they're Egyptians.
Right.
So, but the original Egyptians got to be back in their land. If they're going to keep the Feast of Tabernacles, it's not talking about them Arabs that's over there in the land now. Those are Muslims, and all of them going to die. So the original Egyptians must keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
I was just looking at a video. Jane Elliott, the brother asked how did Egypt become in the Middle East? She said you couldn't keep Egypt in Africa to those white folks because that way they can say the things that they stole weren't created by blacks. You know, people with melanin. So now Egypt is in the Middle East and still considered still part of Africa.
Well, Egypt.
That's why they got all, like you said, about those Arabs in there as Egyptians, and you know they got all that Middle Eastern culture instead of Hamitic culture going on over there.
Yeah. So that's a lot of Arabs going to die.
Yeah.
A lot of Muslims going to die. Because they're the ones that have that great sword that you read about in the book of Revelation. They're gonna take peace from the earth. So they're already taking peace from America, claiming Minnesota belongs to Somalia. They're bringing Sharia law to Texas, and they done took over New York City.
Yeah.
So if this ain't the plan, man. This is a plan, and white folks let them get away with it. they playing white folks. What happened to my white folks? Y'all used to hate us with all your passion, hate our guts, string us up in trees, and you ain't doing none of these other people. What happened to my white folks, man?
I don't know. All I know is black women and these people invading America, they are destroying America.
Yeah.
I look at that girl, Jasmine Crockett. Man, she's talking some bold stuff. She
Yeah.
says she got to represent Texas and blah, 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 and blah, blah. Oh, man. It's just stupid.
Yeah, I know, but somebody put up to it.
Oh, yeah, she gets
Yeah,
that.
You don't
she's
know
being
who it is.
she's being propped up.
Huh?
She's being propped
Of
up
course.
right around election time.
Yeah.
She's going to be a senator.
Yeah, that's in Texas. In Texas.
And what, you think the white
And
folks
you-
going along with
You
that?
bringing ghetto from Texas up into Congress, and she knows she ghetto,
Yeah.
but she's a lawyer. Mm-hmm. How can a lawyer be ghetto? Aren't you supposed to use the King's English? She's not using the King's English.
But
And she raising hell up in Congress, talking about the President of America, talking about the governor of Texas. When has that ever been done? White folks know better than to do that. But black women, that's why black women are losing their job. Because they want to be like that girl, Jasmine Crockett.
he got the governor in the wheelchair, right?
Yeah.
She called him Governor Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels, man.
That's
That
pretty low down, man.
is so disrespectful, man.
Governor Hot Wheels.
I'm surprised the governor just send the sheriff out there and just blow her brains out. Go ahead, Steph.
Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 1.
Ezekiel 22 is more like Hosea chapter 4, just enumerating the sins of the children of Israel while they were in the land. And so we're not going to go there. What I want to do is, let's see here. Now, let's see here. Now we got prophecies against the Ammonites and the Moabites. Well, they were not going to be a people anymore. And they're gonna, people are going to forget them. And so that's why we know that the people that call themselves Palestinians, that's Moab and Ammon. And as I mentioned before, there are some people that believe that Chinese are Moab and Ammon. How the hell can the people halfway around the world come out of the Middle East? But they don't use the brain, man, because that means that the Chinese are Hebrews.
Chinese and Hebrew.
And so they got their own continent, and it's over 1 billion of them bad boys. And if they Hebrews, how come they don't speak Hebrew? Well, that's a mindset. People that get wild with the reading of his books. Well, the Chinese must be Moab and Ammon. No, sorry, that's a swing and a miss, buddy.
Now, the biggest swing that I heard seen is guy gonna tell me I need to watch it. Talking about Jews on Facebook. He said he's a Jew born in Yugoslavia but lived in Canada. So I hit him back. I was like, you was born in Yugoslavia and live in Canada, and neither one of them places ain't nowhere near Jerusalem, but you are a Jew.
Mm-hmm.
And white people jumped on my side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I told him, I said, I broke it down with the Jew and why he was calling us Jews, and then white people was like, yeah. Even Canadians was like, nah, he ain't no Jew.
Well,
the guy who said it,
Well, that shows everybody know.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, you can't be the Jews.
Right.
You can't get the media to say anything about that. And they teach it all in public schools, and it's part of the curriculum. And so it reinforces the fact that those people that over there are the Jews.
in Oklahoma, I believe there's one sister, she's on the board of their, education council. And that's when they were talking about teaching the Bible in school, and she said, who's gonna teach it? She kept asking the question, who's going to teach it? As though she knew these white people didn't have no business trying to teach that book. So it was gonna have to be somebody black. That's what I was saying and filling in her question, cause she never altered from that question. They kept coming up with all that rambling about this and that, and she kept asking, who's going to teach the Bible? And they never answered it.
They couldn't,
Right.
because they don't know who can teach the Bible, they don't know who the people of the Bible are.
Mm-hmm. And that's the point that I think that she was trying to get over to them, that I seen her trying to make. Yeah.
Well, how can you teach something that you didn't write?
Right.
They, by not being able to teach the Bible, they're admitting that they didn't write the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't write the Bible, who did? Find the people that wrote the Bible. And you know the people that call themselves Jews didn't write the Bible.
Right.
So who wrote that Bible? Well, guess what? The people of the book are being manifested this very minute.
Mhm.
They can read this book. Just like the lamb was slain from the foundation of the world, and nobody could find anybody open up the seven seals, right? The lamb that was slain from the foundation, he is offered to open up the seven seals. It's the same thing with us. The Hebrew Israelites are all over Facebook, all over platforms, saying that we're the chosen people. We know what the book is saying.
Mm-hmm.
But they got too many different doctrines out there. So they don't know who's the right doctrine. Well, that's also to our advantage. Because if we all had the same doctrine, then we'd be a target.
Mhm.
And if they target us, that means they come to kill us. Just like they killed King,
Right.
they killed Malcolm X, they kill us too.
Mhm.
So that's Yahweh's wisdom in giving us all different doctrines to teach. And that answers the question, how come we can't come together as people? Because Yahweh don't want us to come together as people. Not here in the land of your captivity, in the land of your enemies, because they've always tried to kill you. They were afraid for you to come together as a people, because they know what you're capable of as a people. And they're afraid of you. So we can't come together now because they kill us. They make us turn against each other.
And you know what, Elder? You're right. Even though this guy was wicked, he was doing this for filthy, lucrative sake. Hulan Mitchell,
So what's going on, man?
Trying to get his attention. Go ahead.
yeah, Hulan Mitchell, alias Yahweh Ben Yahweh, when he got that large following, they had to take him down.
Yeah.
He had to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you have to keep a low profile in this country. You're in the land of your enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want you to come together for nothing.
Mm-mm.
Anybody else? Well, look at what that's happening with the Somalis. They trying to come together and tell white folk, we gonna take this bad boy. White folk gonna let you do that?
Really?
They've been here 400 years, and you think they gonna sit back and let you take their country? Now, the governor of Minnesota, they getting ready to lock him up.
That's that the gay guy?
Mm-hmm.
Wall.
No.
Wall.
Oh,
One
Tampon
ran,
Tim.
right?
Yeah, that's
Tampon.
Tampon.
Yeah.
Tim.
Who?
Tampon
That's
Tim.
him.
Yeah, Tampon Tim, but he ain't gay.
He
Might
not.
well be.
No,
He-
no, he ain't gay. He's just crazy. Let's go ahead and finish it up.
well,
Let's go to Ezekiel 28, verse 1 to verse 19.
Where we going?
Ezekiel 28, verse 1 to 19. Now, again, this is not prophetic per se, but it also speaks of the future, but it also speaks of something deeper going on, what's going on in the earth. I find it very interesting that Satan would have such interest in Yahweh's creation, considering how vast his creation is. But we're living flesh, we're living mounds of dirt, so he wants to get involved with these living mounds of dirt and see if he can influence them. Go ahead, Brother Seven. Pick it up at verse 1.
the word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of Elohim in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of Elohim. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
Now, is that a colon? Yeah, go ahead.
With thy wisdom and with thine understanding thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore thus saith the Adonai Elohim, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of Elohim, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness.
Now, again, we have a king that thinks he's God. Now, that's not the only time a man thought he was God. All throughout history, we have people that thought that they were some kind of God. As a matter of fact, the title Pharaoh denotes a God. So that's why when the Greece came in and took over Egypt, they began to call themselves pharaohs because they were supposed to be God's representative on this earth. So here we have a flesh and blood man whose ego is so big that he considers himself a god. Right? But read verse 7 again, brother 7. Not verse 7. Just go pick it up at verse 8 because that part of verse 6 that goes all the way back up to verse 1. Pick it up at verse 8.
They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God? But thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee.
So he's going to realize that, hey, man, I'm God here. You can't kill me. And that's what Yahweh said here. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God? But thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. The man that killed you, let you know that's not quite right. Yeah, we're going to see if you're God. Now I remember one day a brother showed up here in my prophecy class, said he was an angel. And that Michael Jordan was an angel too. And Tupac was an angel. But I did. You remember that? But I also remember that he had a scar on his forehead.
Somebody cut him then.
Yeah. So with that scar, that kind of let me know that, yeah.
Trying to cut him over and pull some sense into
Yeah, he wasn't wrapped too tight.
You remember Yahweh ben Yahweh, you remember, it was on 60 Minutes back in like 1982 when they was getting on him, trying to hit him with that RICO Act. And they asked, I think it was Dan Wallace, I don't know who that was, on 60 Minutes. They said, is this man God? And he said, no, he's not God. But if he is, we got his fingerprints.
But I believe he did think he was God because he said that he went up to heaven and he kicked Satan out of heaven. Now he said that himself. He kicked Satan out of heaven.
Wow.
So you know the ego, yeah, it could kill you. Yeah, that's why you had an example of the Mashiach being meek and humble.
So that was the Yahweh ben Yahweh. He said,
Yeah.
I thought he said he was the Messiah
No, he probably might have said that too.
because I seen one of their videos, and each time the guy was reading, he would, instead of saying the Mashiach name, he would say Yahweh ben Yahweh's name.
Well, what he,
Yahweh, son of Yahweh.
yeah, that's what he's saying. He's the Messiah, Yahweh, the son of Yahweh.
I don't know. I don't see where any of the angels had the name of Yahweh.
I know it, and I had a relative say,
Flesh and blood got his name.
yeah.
Yeah, those videos ain't known no more because it came after one of your. It was a third day. No. one of them, I was watching your class, and then it came on afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, what is this? This was years back. And then I remember him saying Yahweh ben Yahweh. I was like, oh, that's who Elder was talking about. So I listened in on it, and he was going through all the scriptures, talking about we going back down. I was like, okay, da-da-da. But then I kept noticing when he would come to say Ashua's name, he would say Yahweh ben Yahweh's name, and his face would come up. And then go back to him reading.
That's propaganda, man.
Yeah. I remember seeing, I was like, what? So that's when I first came into it, and I was like, oh, he said he's the Messiah.
Yeah. Yeah, but he also went up to heaven and kicked Satan out, too.
He the Messiah, but he used to be a Muslim. And before he was a Muslim, he came from the Christian church.
See, that's something I did not know about him.
Yeah, he was Christian.
Yeah,
And his own mother said, told everybody that would listen, she was on some kind of documentary, say, y'all don't believe that. His own mother said that, say he run the game.
well, they still believe in him to this very day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still
Yeah, so,
Like Muslim
yeah,
believe
some
in
kind of
God.
effect on somebody out there.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I talked to somebody a couple of days, I talked to someone a couple of days ago about that Yahweh ben. I said Yahweh ben Yahweh, that means he's the son of. We all are in the flesh. All right, we are. I said, but he's the one that took a group of people back over to Israel and they wouldn't let him come in. He had to go through all kind of stuff. Oh no, not that one. I said, well, what other Yahweh ben Yahweh you talking about? I said, is he still alive? Yahweh ben Yahweh's not. Didn't he die in jail or something? All right, so he said, no, he's a God. He's still alive. I said, well, where the hell is he? He couldn't answer me. He walked away from me.
He walked away.
Yeah, he walked away.
Couldn't answer that one, could
No, he couldn't.
Well, you keep asking them and asking them to prove their point. The only thing they can do is walk away.
That's all.
Because they know they ain't got
some
nothing.
weird people,
No.
If
man.
they had knowledge, they would say that he's building those, he's building that place for us. He's building the kingdom, but they have no knowledge of the spiritual things of Yahshua, right?
Yeah, yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's a real quote right there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they made a whole lot of money. But Yahweh had been that gracious to us and give us a whole lot of money, and that's a good thing. Keep us even.
That's right.
So don't get no big egos up in here, thinking that God chose the people that cause all the money you got. Yahweh keep us broke, but that's all right. Go ahead. So we got a man that thinks he's God, right?
Yeah.
Let's pick this up. You finish verse 10, Brother Stephen?
No.
Yeah, got that? Go ahead.
Thou shalt die the deaths of the uncircumcised by the hand of strangers, for I have spoken it, saith the Adonai Elohim. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, take up a lamentation upon the king of Tyrus, and say unto him, Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, Thou sealest up the psalm, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty.
Well, now it's changed here. Now he's talking to that spirit that was in the king of Tyrus that caused him to think that he's a god. Now he's addressing that spirit right here. It says in verse 11, Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, take up a lamentation upon the king of Tyrus, and say unto him, Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, Thou sealest up the psalm full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. Let's see a little bit more of who he's talking about here.
Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 13. Thou hast been in Edom, the garden of Elohim. Every precious stone was thy covering, the sardius, topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle, and gold. The workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou wast created.
Now, be dealing with someone that is created. We are born through procreation. But this person here was created. He said, Thou have been in Eden, the garden of Elohim. So we're talking about something happened at the beginning of man's creation. Because first Adam was in the Garden of Eden. So he said, you was in that too. He says, Thou have been in Eden, the garden of Elohim, every precious stone and so forth. Now, we can look back at that serpent. That was him. Tempting Eve. Eve showing that you can't trust him. The first thing, she hears somebody else talking, she wants to see what they're talking about. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Seven.
Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 14. You are the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. You were upon the holy mountain of Elohim. You have walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire.
Well, I saw this on one of the platforms where people were incredulous, saying that Satan is anointed. They got a problem with that. Because that's what it's saying. Satan is anointed. What you say? What y'all think about that?
He's anointed, that's what the book
He had a
says.
job to do, right?
Look at his position.
It's
He's
anointed.
in front of the throne.
Yeah.
You got the mercy seat on the Ark of the Covenant. So you got two cherubim looking at each other, right? So you just can't. Both of them have. That's a place of honor, to cover the mercy seat. So he had to have anointing to be that close to the throne, right? So he had a special place. That means you're special for something.
Yeah.
But a lot of black people, especially Christians, got a problem with Satan being anointed,
Well, when you're anointed to do something, right?
right?
Okay, yeah.
Right? But it's Satan though.
And like you said, him being on that mercy seat across from spirit of truth. Like you always say, it's a balance there. Everything
Right.
has to have balance, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So you got the father of lies and the spirit of truth.
Yeah.
Right. So if the father of lies is anointed, then the spirit of truth must be anointed too.
That's right.
So yeah, Yahweh do what he want to do, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't box Yahweh in and say you can't do that. Well, the book said he can. He said you are the anointed cherub that covered. Right? Read that again, Brother Seven.
Verse 14.
Yeah.
You are the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set you so. You were upon the holy mountain of Elohim. You have walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire.
Mm-hmm.
You were perfect in your ways from the day that you were created till iniquity was found in thee.
Mm-hmm.
By the multitude of thy merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee with violence, and thou hast sinned. Therefore I will cast thee as profane out of the mountain of Elohim, and I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire.
Mm-hmm.
Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. I will cast thee to the ground. I will lay thee before kings, that they may behold thee. Thou hast defiled thy sanctuaries by the multitude of thine iniquities, by the iniquity of thy traffic. Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee. It shall devour thee, and I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth in the sight of all them that behold thee. All they that know thee among the people shall be astonished at thee. Thou shalt be a terror, and never shall thou be any more.
So I will stop there, Brother Seven. Now we see that verse there, verse 19, is identical to Isaiah 14, verse 12 to verse 17. In other words, people are going to look at him for the first time and say, is this a man that will not release prisoners from the prison houses? So that means that Satan got to take on a human form.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you can't see Satan. All you see is the effect of Satan. So he's got to be made manifest in human form in order for him to suffer. So he's going to be thrown in the lake of fire. And he knows it. And the unclean spirits know it. And they're going to be tormented forever. They know their future.
Mm-hmm.
And most of people on earth don't know the future. But the future written down right here.
Mm-hmm.
Been there for thousands of years. But who reads this part of the book? Yahweh opened up the book to people he wants to understand what the book is saying, not everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a question, my dear?
You referenced Isaiah 14.
Isaiah 14, verse 12 to verse 17,
12 to
talking about Lucifer.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why you can identify Lucifer with the cherub. Because Lucifer, in that particular chapter, he said, I will ascend up in heaven. I will be like the Most High. Right? I'm going to stop here and open up the floor for questions. Yes, of course. Oh, God, I forgot. Both of y'all here. Oh, man. It's going to be hard getting out of here. Go ahead, my sister.
Where's that chapter? Chapter 25.
Chapter 25?
Mm-hmm. I have a reference 1 through 14 as being prophecy. Is that not prophecy?
Yeah, I should have done that. Y'all forgive me for that.
Oh, okay.
I tell you what, let's go to Ezekiel 25, pick it up at verse 1 to verse 14.
Where we going, Ezekiel?
25.
Okay. Ezekiel 25, verse 1. The word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against the Ammonites, and prophesy against them, and say unto the Ammonites, Hear the word of the Adonai Elohim. Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, because thou saidest, Aha, against my sanctuary, when it was profaned, and against the land of Israel when it was desolate, and against the house of Yehuda when they went into captivity. Behold, therefore I will deliver thee to the men of the east for a possession, and they shall set their palaces in thee, and make their dwellings in thee. They shall eat thy fruit, and they shall drink thy milk. Mm-hmm. And I will make Rabbah a stable for camels, and the Ammonites a couching place for flocks, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. Mm-hmm. For thus saith the Adonai Elohim, because thou hast clapped thine hands and stamped with the feet, and rejoiced in heart with all thy despite against the land of Israel, behold, therefore I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and will deliver thee for a spoil to the heathen, and I will cut thee off from the people, and I will cause thee to perish out of the countries. I will destroy thee, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. Mm-hmm. Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, because that Moab and Seir do say, Behold, the house of Yehuda is like unto all the heathen. Therefore, behold, I will open the side of Moab from his cities which are on his frontiers, the glory of the country, Beth Yeshimoth and Baal Meon and Kiriathaim unto the men of the east with the Ammonites, and will give them in possession, that the Ammonites may not be remembered among the nations. And I will execute judgments upon Moab, and they shall know that I am Yahweh.
So again, we're talking about Moab and Ammon. It explains why they are in Gaza, or what they call Palestine. Go ahead, Brother Stubbs.
So that's part of this affliction. That's the beginning.
Yeah. Who remembers Moab and Ammon now? Nobody. Well, that's what it said was going to happen. Nobody's going to ever remember y'all no more. Now we see why. Because they rejoiced at the destruction of Judah and the destruction of the sanctuaries of Yahweh. So anybody lay their hands on us, Yahweh going to lay his hands on them. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12. Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Yehuda by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them, therefore thus saith the Adonai Elohim, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. Mm-hmm. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Adonai Elohim.
All right, Stephen, I don't want to go no further than that. So we got three groups of people here: Moab and Ammon and Edom. In the Esau's case, Yahweh said, "I'm gonna get my people to kill you. I'm gonna destroy you, Moab and Ammon myself, but my people Israel, they're gonna kill you." So we know what we're going to be doing when we go back into the kingdom. He said, and it's going to be war, because they're not going to give up that land for us. Just like the people that were in the land previous, Canaanites and all those other people out there that was in the land originally. They didn't say we're going to let you have this part of the land. You got to take it. So we got to do the same thing. That's how people dwell in people's land. They take it from somebody else. If you ain't got your game together, you ain't got no army, you got nothing to protect your borders with, anybody can come in and take your land. So we learned that the hard way. But nevertheless, now we know better that you got to have a standing army like America to protect your borders. Unless your politicians got paid off like Biden and all the rest of the Democrats, just let the folks come on in. That blows me away. How y'all white folks do that? This is America, white folks. Y'all brought slaves over here to build it up, and now you want to give it away. Y'all don't need no country. Yeah.
I know you get ready to close the class out. I was watching the program last night, and they was talking about the 14 to 15 amendments, right, to the Constitution. They're trying to, the left wing of the Democratic Party, trying to take that 14th Amendment and apply it to immigration, right?
Yeah.
So I was listening to that, and I didn't know that the American Indian was not made a citizen of this country till 1924. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
They call it the American Indian Act. And they say until then, you know what the Indians were? The Indians say, we Americans say, no, what you are a citizen of the tribe that you're in. These Gentiles are out there, bro.
Hey, man, they run this place like they want to run it.
But the Gentile that was talking, he said, you know, when we took this country, or stole it, whatever, he said, like you said, they came in and took it. They didn't ask the Indians for nothing.
No.
They took it. You got power, what they say, all the spare and love and war, and it take power. You got to take some. You got to use power to take it.
That's right.
And now we got, like you said, we got them brothers over in Israel, Daniel and all of them. They got to go over there and beg to live in their own land.
Right.
It's crazy. But I didn't know that about those Indians, though.
I didn't either.
They finally caved in and made them citizens. They've been here years before these Europeans got here.
They were here before us.
Yeah.
So these white folks cold-hearted, bro. you dog these Indians out, slaughtered them, poisoned them, raped them, and you ain't give them citizenship to 1925. So, yeah, let's make y'all citizens too. Hardcore white folks. Hardcore white folks. Does anyone? Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, 25:14, is that reference Daniel 11:36?
So what now?
Verse, chapter 25 and 14, we just read 14. Does that, reference Daniel 11:36?
Daniel 1 and 36.
Daniel chapter 11,
Chapter 11 and 36.
yeah.
No, chapter 11 is talking about a king. They're gonna be actually talking about the one world order. From 36 all the way down, it's talking about the ruler of that one world order.
Okay.
That's not talking about and Daniel 11 does say that the king will spare more Edom, Moab, and the chief of the children of Ammon. But that's talking about that one world order. Now this here is talking about after the one world order is fallen. As a matter of fact, verse 14 lines up more with Obadiah. It says in Obadiah that so none of the seed of Esau be left in the world. So the whole seed gonna be destroyed. Okay? It's for the same reason that you read up in verse 12 and 14, for the same reason, Yahweh's gonna destroy them. But in this particular case, he says, my people Israel will destroy you. Now, keep in mind, now, Esau is scattered all over the world. That just not in our land. They're in other people's lands too. They're down there in Brazil. That's why you got so much discrimination down there in Brazil, because you got Jake down in Brazil. He can't get a good job because of Esau. He can't get into a school because of Esau. So, yeah, you got to get them too. Does anyone else have any questions? Go ahead.
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
But for now. But now.
You'll see, I get phone calls all the time from Sister Yeda. I'm not talking Yeda here, but Yedidiah's wife, daughter. She called me all the time, got a million questions. And now I answer the question. She said, that's all I got for today. I said, you're a lie.
For the day.
So she called me 5 minutes later. I told you you lied.
Maybe her day and tell us 5 minutes.
Yeah, but it just comes to her. She got to call me. Cause she be hearing stuff from other people and wonder if it's true. So praise y'all, man. That's an honor that you would call me. It's an honor. It's an amazing that a woman listen to me. Are there any more questions? No question? Well, let's see what's on chat. Okay, let's see here. On YouTube, YouTube, I got Isha 777.
Yeah.
Okay, Shalom Isha. Shalom Truth Yah. Shalom Brother Roosevelt Petrie. Shalom Gregor Rucker. Shalom Jean Yvonne. I believe that's Brother Hezekiah's mama. Sister, what's she called herself?
Ruth?
Ruth? Yeah. Shalom David Ben Israel. Shalom Wanda M. Shelton. Did I miss somebody for David? Gregor Rucker, I miss him. Shalom Gregor Rucker. Shalom Jean Yvonne. Shalom Brother David Ben Israel. Shalom Wanda M. Shelton. Shalom Melinda Curry. Shalom Avisha Judah. Shalom Angeline Rowe. Shalom Brother Benaiah. Shalom Yahweh Song. Shalom Brother Kemuel. Shalom Abata Yah. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Forgive me if I didn't. Ezra Ben Israel, Shalom. Shalom Wanda M. Shelton. Shalom Terrence. The process of alumina. He's talking about the fluoride. Shalom, Brother Malachi. Shalom, Esha Yasharada. Shalom, Sister Tamika Woodears. Shalom, Brother Abraham. Shalom, Brother Adrian Davis. Shalom, Timmy Turner. Shalom, anointed means empowered to do a job. Well, okay. Praise Yah. Great class. Praise Yah. That was Brother Alahayim. Shalom, Brother Ezra Ben Israel. Elder, we see lawless Jews online saying they were the first in the Americas. There may be evidence of black here prior to white folk, but those Hamites were not us.
Right.
Have y'all heard of this? The people called the Omri. I think that's what you pronounce it. They got these big old black stone heads, and down there in South America, and they got thick lips and a broad nose. Y'all seen these pictures? And that said Amrek. right? They say that represents us being in America first. But again, that's in South America, not in North America. So how'd y'all miss North America? The Amrek people, huh?
That documentary Hidden Colors show them in Hawaii, South and Central America.
Yeah.
You know, these so-called black images of these structures they built up. Yeah. You know.
Well, they should be on one of these platforms to let people know. Now, we understand that we don't control the media, but we still got these cell phones. And they can take pictures of all that stuff and send it out, put it on blast, and let people see it. Right now, all I got is the Amrek people. I ain't seen no other evidence of us being anywhere else.
I don't know if they're the Amrek, but I'm just saying they got other images of Hamitic, you know, so-called black images all down throughout South and Central America. They even claim they got them in Mexico.
Yeah, have you seen them?
Oh no, I just seen the pictures on the documentary Hidden Colors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that documentary Hidden Colors. They claim.
Well, if they claim to be Amrek, then they can't be on the right path.
Right.
Those are different people. It should. I mean, you got that much skill that you can carve a head up to look like somebody. Then you should have enough skill to write something down so people can see that that's who you are. Sign it at the bottom of the head and say, I did this. Like Benai said that Moshe signed his name in the pyramids. So we know.
Benai,
You remember that? We was out there in the alley.
we the best, huh?
Yeah, we the best.
We the best.
Sure, Moshe signed his name off on the pyramid.
Did he really say that?
He did, man. That's my nigga, man. I gotta keep him.
I like Benai. He can come up with some stuff.
Yeah, you're right, brother Ezra. Shalom, brother Adawan, Ben Yasharala, Shalom. Who wants to know? I was taught that the Japanese and Chinese people are from Lot's two daughters, Ammon and Moab.
Where'd they come from?
Well, see, I told you it was out there. That the Chinese people are Moab and Ammon. So you telling me Moab and Ammon are Shemitic?
They're Hebrews.
They Hebrews.
They're our cousins then, huh?
Yeah. How come they ain't never invited us over there, bro?
Look at us when we come in their stores.
Yeah,
Come in to steal
you
something.
can't go in the weave shop without the people watching you. Shalom, Shabayan, Yasharala, Elder. Shalom, who wants to know? Shalom, Elder. Forgive me for asking questions before my greeting of you and the people. No problem, my brother. The name is called the Amek people, all right? All right, Shalom, brother Mikael.
Write that down.
All right, that's all I got. On YouTube.
What are you looking at? You looking at your
I've been looking at Facebook and YouTube, so I'm down here to Mikael 308.
okay.
Do I have some more?
Yeah, at the very top when it cut off. What your top started? You started with who was that?
The last one I had was YouTube.
No, at your very top. Which one?
At the very top?
Yeah, who you started with?
I think, let me see. Ishai,
Yeah.
777.
Okay.
Yeah. Did we lose anybody when we lost the video?
You did. I still got something on here.
All right, that must have been what happened then. Ooh.
It's at the top now.
All right, let's see. Shalom, Julius Brown. I miss him.
You missed a couple of them.
Shalom, Julius Brown. Shalom, sister. This is Nariah, right? Let's see. Well, let me move this thing here. Shalom, Jacob, Ben Israel. Let's see here.
You can just use your arrows.
Oh, that makes this here.
The other one.
This one here.
Yep.
Okay. Shalom, Elder Mick. Now that's much easier. Shalom, Brother Mickey Anderson. Shalom, Repentant Judah. Shalom, Sister Malik Glover. Shalom, Elder Simeon. I thought he was gonna be here.
He said he's gonna try it, but then, you know, it's probably tough for him to come and sit up in here.
Yeah, it's kind of cold out there. Probably get in his
Oh,
bones.
oh, yeah, yeah. I ain't
Yeah.
thought about that, yeah.
Yeah. Shalom, David Reed. Shalom, Julius Brown. Shalom, Elder Tobiah. Man, I missed a lot of folks, didn't I? Shalom, Brother Eliyahu. Shalom, Brother Alahayim and Sister Malaka. Shalom, Morning Crisp. Shalom, Elder Simeon, Elder Hiram. Shalom, Brother Clarence Marks and Sister Yudita. Shalom, Lonely Red Wolf. Shalom, Sister Rachel by Israel. Shalom, Brother Hodiah ben Israel. Shalom, MSC. Shalom, Susie Garman. Shalom, Kujo Goody.
Get him
What my other knocker? Shalom, Brother Kevin Birch. Shalom, Keen Dreddy. Praise Yah. Shalom, Ishai 777. Shalom, Truth Yah, Yahshua. Praise Yah. Shalom, Roosevelt Petrie. They're on both platforms, aren't they? They're on YouTube and on Facebook. Shalom, Gregor Rucker. Roosevelt Petrie. Shalom, Gregor Rucker. Shalom, Jean Yvonne. I hope I pronounced that correctly. You mind closing that door? Nobody in this congregation can whisper.
He in the hall this way. Elder, you think he all right?
I don't understand it.
That's your elder.
Shalom, David ben Israel. Shalom, Wanda M. Shelton. Shalom, Belinda Curry. Shalom, Avisha Judah. Shalom, Angeline Rowe. Shalom, Brother Benaiah. Shalom, Yahweh Song. Shalom, Brother Kemuel. I think I've seen all this. Shalom, Abadai. I guess that's how to pronounce that. Yah, Ezra ben Israel. Shalom, Wanda M. Shelton. Coconut oil. Oh, that's what brush your teeth with? You hear that? Sister, mother there? Mother there, you hear that? Coconut oil? You brush your teeth with coconut oil?
Yeah, you can, that's what I
And you
brush
can
my teeth
gargle
with
with it.
coconut oil, you can gargle with it too.
I'll stick with the coconut oil then.
You can gargle.
I'm not getting WD-40, I'm sorry.
It's good for you.
With WD-40?
Now look now, the coconut oil. He gonna be like, he gonna be like, eye drop, I told
You gonna be
him.
jumping the fence when you hear one.
Put it in his eye like
He's
that.
setting you up, sister. You have to watch it.
I know.
He'll say something to set you up.
That's why elder, you got to tell them specific.
Thank you, Sister Wanda M. Shelton. Shalom, Brother Clarence. The process of aluminum. Shalom, Brother Malachi.
I think that's what you started.
That's everybody? Okay. All right, well, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, we got Olmec. Okay, who wants to know? The 400 years are finished, and they're still treating our people bad. When will we be able to leave this place? For I know that we don't know when the time will be, and that's a good thing. Like I said before, if we knew what time we're going to leave, then our enemies would know too. So you don't want them to know
Tell them.
what time you're gonna leave. And you know, if Jake know what time to leave, he gonna call the boys up. Say, hey, you know where you at? we on the boat, man.
Tell the boss man on job, I ain't gonna be working with so long. I'm gonna be leaving.
Yeah, so we don't know who wants to know. And as I said before, it's a good thing because our enemies would know too, and they try to stop us. So the time will come when you will know it's time to go. So just be patient. The fact that we know what we know now means there must be something going on, getting ready for us to get up out of here. All we got to do is, like I mentioned yesterday, is have faith. So I'm gonna go, Shalom, any, Yah, Coleman. They got the letters all jammed up together. I'll pick out as Coleman. Shalom Coleman. And Yah.
Yeah, you got none cold.
I can't. I don't know what. Y'all forgive me. I'm old. All right. I was born before the cell phone, so I can't pick up on what you're saying now. But I want to thank you for joining us. Join us on this third day coming up Tuesday night at 8:00 for our history class, and our sisters class the fifth day, which is Thursday night at 8:00. Sisters class. The new moon that Friday. All right, so we have a new moon service that Friday night, along with the Sabbath service that Saturday.
Who's doing that class, you know? You know who's doing New Moon?
It ain't you?
Yeah, I don't want me back up there no more.
Elisha.
No, I think it's Enoch.
I think it's Elisha. He changed places with Yahshua.
They changed place?
Yahshua did him, Yahshua.
I think
Maybe Elisha.
I think not would have said something.
It was Enoch.
Doc won't be able to come here anyway, would he?
I think he's still on the therapy.
Yeah.
Still recovering. So he may not be here. Maybe Elisha coming up to join us on the new moon. So again, how did the giants come back on the earth after the flood? Did I answer this yesterday?
Yeah, you sure did. And asked it several times.
Yeah, well, again, when you go up into Ezekiel 6, not Ezekiel, but Genesis 6, when it said there were giants in the land, that word giant does not mean a people that are great stature. These giants, that particular word for giant just means a tyrant or a bully. So that's what the word giant means in Genesis chapter 6. Now, of course, we had other times that we used the giants that, again, referring to people of great stature, but there were not giants in the land before the great flood. There were tyrants and bullies in the land. So that's what they were referring to, men of renown. So again, brother, Coleman. Yeah, I don't think that was him yesterday. This is somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is somebody else. He probably did not hear my answer. That question came up yesterday in my Beyond the Surface program, and I answered it in this Sabbath service. So I'm gonna answer it again. That when you read up in Genesis chapter 6, when it speaks of giants, it was not talking about people of great stature. Even though you got the book of Enoch that says that there were giants in the land, but they were 300 ells tall. Well, you convert that to the way we measure things, that's 3 miles tall. So how could they perish in the flood if they're 3 miles tall? Seems like something they dog paddle through that bad boy. Do backstrokes. So they would have survived the flood, and you see evidence of it. But see, if you get a man that's 3 miles tall, then how you gonna see who's on the ground? You step on his mama.
Step on his mama.
Anybody seen my mama? Lift up your left foot. Okay, he said it was him yesterday. Okay. Yeah. Again, I appreciate you checking in, Coleman. Those were the translators could have used a better word, but they chose giants. But that doesn't mean that was great men, tall men. And like I said, in the book of the book of Enoch, it speaks about giants being 2 or 3 miles tall. And so you can't believe that. And then you got a whole bunch of angels in the book of Enoch, got the names all over the place. And then but you only have 2 names of angels in the Bible. You got some of the angels say, why are you asking me my name? Worship Yahweh, right? So the angels weren't about glorifying themselves. They glorify the Father, right? So, but in the book of Enoch, you got a whole bunch of angels out there with their names. So that make the book of Enoch suspect. And not only that, you got the book of Enoch, then you got the book of second Enoch. That's the second book of Enoch. Enoch been writing.
I know about 2. I know about the Maccabees, but not.
But that second book of Enoch is written in a Slavic language. So that's suspect too.
Yeah, you know they got those, like you say, when they find dinosaur bones, they always find them near libraries, right?
Yeah.
And there's something made up. We know they've been planted there or whatever. Why don't they find the bones? They should find the bones of those giants, right?
But they have. Haven't you seen them?
Oh, they
got
found-
pictures of, yeah, they got
Yeah, they got
pictures
pictures
of
of them.
giant skeletons.
I didn't
And
know
the head
that.
of those skeletons is tall as a man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Of course, that's made up too.
You hadn't made up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know that. Well,
Yeah, they
learn
got
something
pictures of
new.
them too. The white folk, I mean, when white folk tell lies, man, they got to put money, finances behind them lies. So it's gonna be the best lie they can tell.
I like what you say though. White people tell lies, they get paid. We tell lies, we go to jail.
That's right. Can't have but one liar on the
Go
earth.
to jail.
One liar at a time. So they tell the best lies. So shut up. Your lies, they can bust you up a line. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. I'll give you 5 seconds to add more to the conversation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, appreciate you. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you to Yahweh bless you and keep